We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Niners heading out by their 6-year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy, of course, sat behind Tom Brady for much of his tenure in New England. Won his first 5 starts as a Niner in 2017. Then the injury last year. So still some question marks surrounding number 10 out there under center. On first down, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The starters defensively now for the Falcons. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got the 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. A look at the numbers for Coleman in last week's game. 20 carries, 84 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. Black 80!
Watch tight, tight end's right. Watch tight, tight end's right.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go. 180!
Check, boys, ball tonight.
I'm coming!
This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Get him.
2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Open man is Bourne. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Falcons under 5th-year head coach Dan Quinn. They will be led out by the 2nd overall pick back in 2016. Hard to believe he's already in his 4th season. Carson Wentz.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. But look now at the defensive starting lineup for the 49ers. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun now for Wentz. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the counter, Gurley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 16 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the 2nd year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz, he's got him in, complete. It's Julian Edelman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. This is caught. And he's brought down. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
56.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Check. Lucky.
Here's Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is caught. touchdown Falcons. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now it's Gurley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. 4th down, and out comes the Falcon kicker, Giorgio Tavecchio. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tavecchio puts this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. On is the rookie 4th-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Bulldozes past him. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wentz. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that one's complete to Gurley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Waiting.
Mike 54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
Now Wentz again. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. David Moore, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He takes us from the 30 to the 34. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And able to find Green. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. The 20. And into the end zone. A pick for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Gold to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Going deep here for Adelman. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. It's caught. Smith. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz looking end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now 17-14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And last year's rushing and total touchdown leader Todd Gurley caps it with his first of the game here. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Powers through him. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that one needed a little time to develop because he started lined up out wide left. He caught that on the right side of the field.
And you're exactly right about the time because that's not going to be a quick developing pattern, but also great sight lines for the guy throwing the ball to see a receiver cross his face and his sight line from one side of the field to the other. That usually attracts your attention. If you think he's open, you go ahead and deliver it as we just saw there.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. They will run again with Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier.
Here we go. 180!
I'm trying to collect. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They'll run with Coleman on first down, and 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Here we go. 180!
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Jordan Matthews. Incomplete. Desmond
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Wentz going to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adrian Claiborne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw is Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. He finds Matthews. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is Coleman, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Matthews that time.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Escapes the defender, and he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wood. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Gurley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. And it was the Browns that wound up winners in that one. Baker Mayfield, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. And here now come the Falcons. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Check, check. Watch me before. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
What's this on?
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Falcons, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9.